Okay. That's testing, testing. One, two, three. Okay. Looks like we've kind of sort of kind of that's all right. I think this is working. It says I'm streaming Battle Block Theater, and I'm not actually today. I'm not. There we go. Ooh, wine has been delivered. Thank you. Oh shit! I need to get started. Okay. So, I haven't actually started recording yet. Ooh, this isn't wine. This is port. Fuck yes. I knew you loved me. Shit. I do. I can fucking grr so hard. So hard. I get that character on a fundamental level. All right, there should be a little windowy bit where you can see the shit I'm doing now. Yay, it's working. Okay. I'm gonna. You hear me okay? Oh, well, okay then. Okay. Can you hear me okay? No echoes or some shit? How about now? Okay. All right, let's get this shit going. The shits? Shist? Don't get the shits going. That's a bad plan. Hi, everybody. I'm Astrius Cat Yodi, your somewhat inebriated veterinary technician here to lay some info on you. Due to school starting back up and my husband being away and pressed for time, etc., I am actually going to be. Yes, he's a teacher. He wishes to have that says straight out that he is not a student. Um, but given all that, and plus the fact that Battle Block Theater is an extremely frenetic game, I'm going to be switching over to single player again. Everybody, please thank him for his time, um, for playing with me in the past couple of games. It was a lot of fun. Hope to do it again soon. But the students take priority. So in that case, I will be playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps since I played Ori and the Blind Forest to completion. Um, my usual spiel, all the information I'm going to be giving you tonight is based entirely off of my own experience in the field and my own education as well. Your mileage may, of course, vary. Veterinary medicine, as is any medicine, is not as exact science as we like to pretend it is. So, because everybody as animals are a little bit different, bodies are different. That's what it happens. So, when in doubt, go to a veterinarian. They will always steer you in the right direction better than I can. Um, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, by the way, disclaimer: I swear a lot, especially right now because I'm a little bit toasted, just a little bit. I've been drinking sake. Um, on that note, let's start a game because I can. I'm gonna play on easy mode because I played on normal mode last time, and this game's pretty fucking hard. I'm just gonna say that out loud. Tonight's topic, by the way, is funny stories. So let's watch the intro first, and we'll go from there. I'll be quiet in the audience. I can't guarantee that there won't be at least a little bit of commentary for the beginning. Wee. Oh, right. I don't have double jump or any shit anymore. Hi, Gumo. You remember Gumo from last time? Gumo, we saved his ass after he decided to be a jerkwad, and then he decided not to be a jerkwad anymore. And if you remember from the end of the last game, there was a little egg, and that egg has hatched. Aww. What's interesting is that we're all kind of the last of our kind. I'm really one of the only spirits around here. Gumo is the last of his race after they were accidentally killed when the light went out. Um, Ku herself, all of her nest mates died accidentally, thanks to us. We didn't know that until later. Um, and Mom here is the last of her kind, so we're all a bunch of misfits. Notice that one of her wings is not fully formed. Birds don't eat fruit, or at least owls don't eat fruit, apparently. If you remember from the last game, actually, one of the things that her mother would go and collect were, in fact, these little grub bits. I freaking love the beauty of this game. It's just so damn pretty. Wee. Okay, so while I'm running for no apparent reason, so today's topic is funny stories. I do have a few of them. Veterinary medicine is, well, let's just say gross for the starters. A lot of really weird things happen in veterinary medicine, and to that end, you see some things that you probably should never see. Um, for example, the very fact that something called anal glands even exists is a clue that things can go horribly awry. Hey, what are you doing holding onto that map token? Ah, yes, Kuro, Ku's mother. We um, may or may not have caused her to be the bad guy in the last movie game. So let's see what this does. Hang on a second. Hey, you. Hey, listen. I mean, he is a sprite. Helps me glide. This is totally not how feathers work, by the way. Feathers do not work this way. Please don't ever try this with your bird. If your bird has problems with its wings, please don't try to just like bind feathers to it. That doesn't work. Oh, we're gonna wake him up. We're gonna wake his ass up to do this. It's rude. I mean, he is an engineer, or at least he comes from an engineering people. Yes, string. That's sturdy. Sorry. It works though. All right, plot point. Oh, wee. I love Gumo. He's just so freaking awesome as a cheerleader. Oh, I remember that particular dungeon. That was really hard. Pretty though, as you might have noticed. We show off. I suppose if you could fly, you'd show off too. I know I would. Shit. The Sunstone. Very odd looking geese, but kind of cool. Also look a little bit more like dinosaurs. What's this? A new undiscovered land? No, not geese. Albatross? Albatross don't have necks like that. Albatross don't have necks like that. They have much shorter necks. They do have stupid derp heads, but they're such cool birds regardless. Oh no, scary Forsaken land. It's all bad and stuff. Geeseatross. Okay, I'll accept that answer. Terra geese. Flying into a storm is bad. We lost control. All right. Enough with plot points. Okay. So, at least for now, anyway. So, yeah, veterinary medicine has a lot of really strange things in it, ranging from, animals that have parts that really are kind of left best unsaid to things that they do that they really ought not to. Um, for example, one of the things that I have been a part of was a surgery that involved a pit bull. No judgment on the species or the breed at all here, but it was a cute little 2-year-old pit bull who decided he was going to eat a rock. And when I say a rock, I don't mean like, oh, it was, a little river stone or something like that. No, I mean a fucking rock. I mean, this thing was the size of both of my fists put together. It was fucking huge. It was a giant rock. And I don't know how he managed to swallow it, but he did. He got it all the way down his gullet and managed to swallow it whole. And because of that, whoa, shit, son. Nobody told me that was going to break. Because of that, he needed emergency surgery to, get a rock out of his stomach. So these kinds of things just sort of happen. And things that are completely unpredictable, you're just like, why did you eat socks, you crazy mook? Oh, that's smart. Run into both of them, why don't you? So, eh, eh. But you can't reason with these animals sometimes. I mean, it's like if this animal wants to eat your underwear, it's going to. For example, we had a little Yorkshire Terrier come in. The owner was confused and concerned because she appeared to have what could have been an insect uh, infestation. And when I say that, I mean I lived in an area, Colorado at the time, that has a particular kind of fly that will literally lay its eggs in the skin of a living animal that then pupates and grows and becomes essentially a larva and under the skin. And then eventually, after enough time has passed, it will erupt from the skin, which is gross. Oh, yeah, I stream. Hi. I see you in there. Hello, how are you? Um, I stream every Monday. And I talk about weird shit like I am right now. So yeah, this little Yorkshire Terrier comes in with what the owner believes may very well be one of these creatures living under its skin. It's very much like Alien. They infest your body and they use it to grow, and then eventually um, you discover that it is now its own entity and it erupts forth. And usually it does some damage on the way out because, it's literally ripping its way out through your flesh. Oh no! Oh, that's sucked a lot. Um, so, I mean, you do have to watch out for these things and be prepared. So she comes in and is like, oh gosh, I think she has what's called a bot fly, or a Cutarebra, if you want to be technical about it. Cutarebra is the oh look, little Moki drawings. They're definitely anything but cute. We had a contest one year, actually. One of the doctors and the other doctors. Um, that was redundant statement. Redundant statement is redundant. Um, to see who could pull out the longest Cutarebra from a pet, and it's you would. My husband says you'd be shocked, or maybe you wouldn't be at the glee that some of these doctors would have. Um, Pulling these things out of the skin or nostrils or whatever have you of various animals and comparing them to each other and being like, oh, hey, I pulled one out that was, a quarter of an inch longer. I pulled out this one that was 2/4 or 3/4 of an inch long. You know what? It was like a fishing contest. Okay, it's a matter of who got the biggest one. And Dr. Anderson, one of my doctors at the time, ended up getting the biggest one at 1.5 inches. It was literally about to pop. It was so close to being an actual honest to God fly that in a couple of days it would have taken that long. Oop, hang on. Who's Toke? Oh yeah, there's more characters in this one. The cave to the west. Which way is west? All right, missing key. So yeah, we ended up pulling in all kinds of gross, nasty Cuterebras out of pets, and this happened every year. It was just a common occurrence. This is what you did. So this lady comes in with this little Yorkie, thinking this is surely what happened to my little pet, because it's entirely possible. And the doctor notices that there is indeed a lump moving underneath the skin, which is peculiar, obviously, because most lumps, when they are a part of the animal, don't move as the animal breathes, which is exactly what this did. And so it looked honestly like it was under the skin as its own thing, but not necessarily as an insect per se. It seemed stationary almost. And so when the doctor went to poke at it, like you do with a Cuterebra, she's like, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me get my forceps and my scalpel and whatnot. We'll get this thing out, whatever it is. And she reaches down. Oh, shit. Nasty gecko lizard thing. Whatever the fuck this is. You know what? Die. I'm going to set you on fire. That's what I'm going to do. Ow, bitch. Fucking fuck off. There. That's how you win in this game, is by swearing at them until they die. So she slices open the skin with a local block. She wasn't, ooh, I can climb moss. She wasn't like, I'm just gonna cut this animal open, because this was my medical director at the time. She's not like fucking heartless. Oh, I lost my fire. Oh, sad panda. So she anesthetizes the local site, and she goes in and she pokes it with a scalpel, and she sees something in there. She goes, huh? Because doctors do this. They go, huh, and then they poke at it. And she did indeed poke. She didn't just poke. She grabbed it with her forceps and pulled. Well, had it been a Cuterebra, she would have grabbed it and gently pulled it out so that it could no longer hurt the animal, because that's what you do. And you do it carefully because you don't want to rupture the thing. If you do, that can cause anaphylaxis in the animal. It can cause a lot of problems. You don't want to accidentally damage the thing that you are trying to remove. Yes, because I'm awesome. Thank you. I befriended a stork, and he gave me a toy. So she pulls this thing out. It is not a Cuterebra. It's not even a bug. It is, in fact, a toothpick. She grabs this toothpick and proceeds to pull, because that's what you do. You get foreign objects out of animals. Oh shit, what's that in the background? That's going to eat me. Okay, cool. Maybe I need to go back and get more fire. That little place that I had the fire from. I'm going to sneeze here in a minute, by the way. Oh no, their fire went out. Shit. Hang on. Excuse me, pardon me. So we pull this toothpick out of a Yorkie. Now, mind you, the Yorkie is probably maybe about like, I don't know, 4 pounds. And we're like, what the ever loving fuck? And the doctor looks down and goes, well, this is a problem. And I look down. There is now a sucking chest wound, because there was a toothpick in the cavity of this animal that she just pulled out from the shoulder blades and is no longer in there. And so I have to clamp my thumb down over this hole. Uh-oh. Don't eat me! And hope to God that I am able to prevent a sucking chest wound from Ow. Potentially killing this little Yorkie. Woo! I'm getting out of here. Ow. Eat shit and die. Ow. I said you fuck off. Ow. That's not fucking off. The part where I want you to fuck off? Yeah, you do that. Yes, I will set you on fire. So we eventually figure out, how to fix the problem. We suture it back up. We manage to get the animal stabilized and all this wonderful stuff. Um, and the Yorkie makes a full recovery, does just fine. And we're looking at this toothpick. It's a whole ass toothpick. Okay, this thing has not been chewed. It has not been nommed upon. It is nothing. It is a whole toothpick with the little flag on it. You know, the kind they stick in like deli sandwiches. Yeah, that shit. It's there. It's great shape. Great shape. It's a perfect little toothpick. And we're like, what the fuck? How did this little creature get this in there? And we call the owner. We call the owner and we tell them, we're like, yeah, so by the way, we pulled a toothpick out of the thorax of your little Yorkie. And she goes, oh, well, she did get into the garbage and eat one of my leftover club sandwiches. And it's like, really? You didn't think to tell us that beforehand? So, I mean, you definitely have to expect the unexpected in veterinary medicine, but sometimes it's a little ridiculous. She became known as Toothpick Dog. We had to make a little chest bandage for her for several trips to come see us until that wound healed up. Somehow or other, she had managed to eat the sandwich, toothpick and all, and didn't just swallow the toothpick and have it like try and work its way out through her stomach, which it did. It managed to work its way out through her stomach, out the stomach, between her lungs, and past her heart without damaging a damn thing. She was incredibly lucky. And when we pulled it out, she was fine. Pardon me, I needed a sip there. She's already lost me once. Look, tree. Yeah, the trash is a really nasty target. Animals will gravitate to that, dogs in particular. A corn cob? Okay, so somebody in the chat just says, reminds me of my German Shepherd's puppy's delightful escapade of swallowing almost an entire corn cob a couple weeks ago. Corn cobs can be bad. Oh, I love the Moki, by the way, and this game is freaking adorable. I now have a light sword. I've got a lightsaber. Let's see here. How do I fix this shit again? I do. Yeah, this button. All right. Now I can break shit. Yeah. Wreck things. Okay. So, yeah, trash is a major source of consternation for many the owner of pets, specifically for dogs. But cats can do it too. They're not immune to being little bastards when it comes to the trash can. But you'll see a lot of what we call dietary indiscretion. It's a very gentle way of saying your animal eats things it really fucking shouldn't, and get into trouble, particularly with objects such as corn cobs. Those things will get stuck. So I'm glad your puppy's okay. They are okay, right? I hope so. So yeah, that's it. She eventually made a full recovery. It was rather interesting to see the little designs that we would come up with for the little chest bandage that she had. Hi, Moki. They're so fucking cute. I am a spirit. I glow. Well, I'm not from Newen. Qualok, that's his name. Okay. That way. I kind of like how they mark quests in this game. It's very handy. There's also mini quests and shit like that now. So yeah, that's the story of Toothpick Dog. Toothpick Dog is an interesting tale. um, you'll find other situations where you'll have animals eat things that they really shouldn't that come out in other different ways. Just this past week, um, to give an example of this happening, which happens far more often than I really wish it would. Lady calls up. Her son was getting ready for a camping trip and left out his backpacking equipment. This was on Thursday. And on Saturday, the animal didn't really want to eat and was having some real trouble. And by the time that she called us, she was well, pooping rope is the only way to put it. Definitely had poop on a rope. This dog had apparently swallowed a entire roll of backpacking cord. So yeah, it really is. Oh, good. Okay, so all she did was chew the corn cob into little pieces and vomited back up again. Good. Okay, I'm glad because that shit can go so south. Those things are just so hard and fibrous that it's just a pain in the ass to like. You have to go in and get them out. Um, but if you know she actually chewed it up and was otherwise okay, then that's awesome. Doesn't always happen that way, but I'm glad that that's all it was. And for once in her life, she chewed. That's good. Um, so, for example, you'll have we had this patient, come in with the cord that she swallowed, and of course, my first thought is, oh no, it's going to be wrapped all the way around through her intestines. We're going to have to go in foreign body surgery. I am so not ready for this today, and the doctor says, well, let's do an exam first because that's why doctors tell you to do an exam so you can assess. Ah, shit, boss fight. I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna hit it. Shit, there's another one. Fucking die, you ass. You too, go fuck yourself. Cool. Um, and he takes a look, and there's a length of like 6 inches of rope coming out of this dog's ass. Okay, it's pretty gnarly. She's like, she just keeps trying to poop it, and it just won't come out, and I don't want to pull on it. So what does the doctor do? The doctor pulls on it. And wouldn't you know it, it all comes out. Apparently, she vomited up a good portion of it as well. But the doctor just managed to be like, okay, and gloved. The doctor did not grab on with a bare hand to pull the poop on a rope out of this dog's butt. But, ow, fuck. But yeah, so sometimes we gotta pull things out of a dog or a cat that's stuck in there, and it's not our favorite thing to do ever. In fact, it's one of our least favorite things to do ever. But that's not the only thing that I've seen coming out of a dog, or a cat for that matter. A couple weeks ago, we had a lady come in. She was desperately concerned about her dog, who would not stop sneezing, just wouldn't fucking stop. Just sneeze, 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 sneeze. She's like, I think he's got something up his nose. And it's like, you know what? You might be right. Your dog may have something stuck up its nose. They have long snoots, It's entirely possible that they may get something stuck up there. So we tell her to come in. We do an exam, and just as we're doing the exam, the The doctor's examining this patient and he sneezes super hard, and a blade of grass about, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches comes rocketing out of this dog's nose. It doesn't come out all the way, but it's definitely sticking out of its nostril at this point. And she goes, "Oh yeah, he was eating grass not too long ago, and I didn't think that he'd gotten anything stuck in there, but I guess he did." Literally, this dog had managed to get grass caught up his nose from eating it in the first place, so bad that it it's just it did not look good. So we had to reach in there and pull it out. We had to pull out the blade of grass from this dog's nose so that he could start breathing normally again. The poor guy. He made a perfectly normal recovery. Hello. And it was I didn't even see what that opened. God damn it. Oh, I think that was the doohickey over to the left. So I mean, you get things like that. Foxtails. I saw a doctor pull 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but fucking 5 foxtails out of a Pomeranian's nictitating membrane. Which, for those of you who do not know what a nictitating membrane is, that is the third eyelid. It was like watching a magician just pull scarves out of a pocket. You know how you see that shit on like magic shows and whatnot? Literally, she's just like, and here's one, and here's another one, and here's a third. And she just kept fucking going. And I'm like, okay, seriously, at some point you're gonna stop, right? There's got to be a limit to how many of these things are in a fucking dog's eyeball. So eventually, yes, she did get to the end where we were able to say with certainty that there were no more grass seeds stuck in this poor dog's eyeball. And it, so you pull a lot of things out of animals that shouldn't be in them in the first place. Sometimes you pull them off of them. I can't tell you how many times we've had animals come in with chewing gum stuck to them, or paint. We had one poor unfortunate dog who was visiting the grandkids apparently, and no shit, you got a fursuit? Oh my god. I don't know if there's any way for you to share pictures, but you need to if you can. If you can like fucking share pictures, you do it. God damn it. Cuz that is badass and I want to see it. They're mutual on Twitter cuz they're awesome. I'm doing okay actually. I actually had a very productive day despite the fact that there were assholes everywhere. So yeah, this poor unfortunate dog apparently decided that he was going to visit the grandkids, and the grandkids decided that they were going to lick a lollipop and stick it to him. So this poor dog had a lollipop that was like embedded in his flesh. It was past the fur, it was past everything. It was straight up in his skin practically. So we had to bust out all kinds of stuff to get it unattached so that he could go home. It had caused rather severe irritation to his skin. There we go. So, sometimes it's not dogs or cats. Oh shit! I'm missing a keystone. Where do I find another keystone? Oh, up there. Okay. Sometimes you'll find things where it's the animal that you least expect. One of my very first cases was a gecko. I was doing my externship. This was in California, and the doctor had a gecko come in, and this poor little gecko was on death's freaking door. If you know anything about geckos, their tails are supposed to be nice and fat because that's where they store all of their body fat, really. So they they just like freaking. He didn't mean to have this happen. It was one of those situations where he left the animal with his mother-in-law, who didn't actually know how to take care of, a gecko, and he left for apparently 4 months. Now, I don't know what the circumstances are on that, but came to us That's well then you're not with that order. Still want to see your fursuit no matter what. Ah. So came to us looking just absolutely ragged. Tail as thin as anything. Looked like a pencil. It was terrible. His eyes were just ugly. Like I don't know how else to describe it. They were crusty. Um, they looked honestly like they were coming out to a degree. It was just bad. It was bad all the way around. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, we're going to have to euthanize this poor little guy because he is just fucked up. And so the doctor takes a look at him and goes, has he been eating? He says, no, he looks like he can't even see. So he doesn't even notice his food. But, I don't, my mother had the humidity wrong, and so he didn't shed, so I don't know what's going on, and so on and so forth. And the doctor looks at me and says, you come with me and bring tweezers. So me being very confused, I do exactly what he says. I go grab a pair of tweezers and get my ass into the exam room with him, and he proceeds to take the tweezers, and with a delicate hand, I can't go that way yet apparently. Oh, that's not the way I want to go. Grabs the skin of this poor little creature from his nose and starts to peel him. Ow. Peels him like a damn banana. Okay, I'm not even kidding. Just like down one side, down another side, and then down a third side. Just peeling layers and layers of skin off of this poor little guy. Now, this is all dead skin. This is all shed, dead skin. It's okay. You're still an awesome person, and I still want to see your fursuit. If you can link pictures, do it. Dang it! And if you can't, then link them on my Twitter so that I can share in the greatness. Because that's exciting shit. Oh God, forgot that those guys explode. So he peels this little guy and gets all the way to the last layer of shed skin and peels it off, and the eye caps come off with it. Now, I don't know if you know anything about reptiles, but they shed their skin. That includes the eyeballs generally. With geckos, it's not necessarily the eyes themselves so much as just around them. I don't know a better way to describe it while I'm inebriated. And it blinks at us with these clear, beautiful golden eyes, licks his lips in that way that geckos do, and starts looking around like, hey, where's the food? Shit you not, we put crickets in front of him and he starts gobbling them down. True facts, he could not see because of the amount of shed skin that was on his face. He literally had like 4 months worth of shed skin still stuck to his poor little body, and that's why he was doing so poorly. That's all it fucking was. And that doctor saved him, because I honestly, knowing very little at the time, I was still very new to all of this. I would have given him up for dead. And honestly, you could see it in the owner's face too, that they're like, there's no way that he's going to make it out of this. I mean, he looks like shit. So he peels him like a banana, and all of a sudden he's better. And that's one of the things that sometimes I really love about vet med is you can see an instant gratification. I did this. I fixed it. It doesn't always help. Sometimes it takes a lot of work and a lot of patience and a lot of treatment in order to actually get progress. But sometimes you get to actually bring home your animal and be like, he is so much better. We did a follow-up appointment a couple weeks ago, and it was just freaking, oh my God, it was awesome. Or not weeks ago, weeks later. Mook the Brave. Oh, the trophy. What kind of trophy? A whole skull. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to hold a skull. Yeah, that was me that it was fighting. I kicked the crap out of that howler. Howl. Ow, you little shit. So, yeah, sometimes you get some really awesome things like that. Another example of some fairly good instant gratification, though not quite as satisfying, perhaps. At least initially, because there was some recovery time. is the Dalmatian pachinko machine. So Dalmatians are prone to a particular kind of bladder stone. They just are. They are known to get them. It's gotten to a point where if you see a particular kind of crystal in Dalmatian urine, it's just understood. That's what goes on. Oh, I found the fang. Fine trophy for Brave Moki. I know exactly who to give this to. So the first time that I discovered this, or rather really get to encounter it, I'm in Colorado, and my my medical director is like, "Hey, you're going to help me with surgery today. We've got a cystotomy," which literally means we're going to empty out the bladder of all of its contents. There's a spoon that we use, literally a bladder spoon, to scoop. I hope not. Oh, well, that's good. Yay! I don't know what this does. Oh, it's Gorlekor. Okay. Where do I go from here? I can't go up because I'm not that good. So I go into surgery. I prep up like I usually do. And this is my first cystotomy. So I'm super curious. I'm watching really closely. And the doctor goes in like you would for like a spay and proceeds to gently remove the bladder from that area. And then just as gently open it up and proceeds to scoop out the contents, or at least some of them, because it is so full of stones. I'm talking like hundreds. I'm not exaggerating. Hundreds and hundreds of stones in this poor dog. He's not been able to pee for weeks properly. And she says, "You know what? I bet there's some lodged in the urethra." And I was like, "Oh no, that sounds horrible." So she flushes it, and out come a bunch of stones like a pachinko machine because they start landing in the. Oh, okay. My husband wants me to move on. Let's see. But yeah, so that one took her some time to recover, as you do from surgery, but it was still very satisfying. We see a lot of bladder stones in dogs in weird diets. Okay, apparently my husband wants a different topic. Oh, I can't get through here. Does this go up somewhere? Shit. We had one particular situation with a dog that came in. This was actually fairly recently, who again was on death's door. Just like you can tell sometimes because when they come in on their side and they're not wanting to move, it's what we call like ADR, ain't doing right. There's BAR, which is bright alert responsive. There's QAR, which is quiet alert responsive, where they're just kind of like, okay. And then there's ADR, which ain't doing right. Literally what it stands for. And this little guy was a like 6 pound, not even 6 pounds. God, he was tiny. How much did he weigh? More like 4 pounds. Chihuahua. Came in just not right. And we'd seen him for a number of different things, and he was usually very fine. Now, he was unusual because he was an intact male Chihuahua. And usually, when the words intact male and Chihuahua are together, you've got problems because they're already feisty little creatures. And when you put the fact that they have extra testosterone in there, they're even feistier. It's a problem. But this one was different. His name was Lovey, and for whatever reason, he was seriously just the chillest little dude. And we loved seeing him come in. I'm gonna die here. Okay, there we go. And so we were all like, "Oh God, how are we gonna help him? Because he's one of our favorites. I don't want him to die. This is bad." And so we start running all the blood tests, and we start doing all the work, and we put an IV catheter in his teeny tiny little arm, and the test comes back positive for pancreatitis, like a bad case of pancreatitis, which, if you're not familiar, the pancreas is pissed. It's inflamed. This can usually happen, especially in dogs, from indiscretionary diet, which is to say eating shit they shouldn't, and usually from eating things that are high in fat. This is one of the reasons why you don't want to give your dog fatty foods. Oh God, I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way? Nope. Nope. I don't have the bash ability yet. Okay, well, I'm trying to go to the Inkwater Marsh anyway. Not that way, apparently. So we're desperately trying to find a way to get this guy better, and thankfully, pancreatitis, there is a pretty easy regimen for being able to treat it. You basically just bring down as much inflammation as you can and pump him full of fluids. The reason for that is because that will help flush all of the bullshit out that's pissing off the pancreas in the first place. And you really don't want your pancreas to go because, that's how you make insulin and you don't want to be diabetic. So we're doing this for hours. Hours and hours he's on fluids. We're checking him like every 15 minutes, monitor all of his vital signs. And we're giving him anti-inflammatories and antibiotics. And just like we're throwing the freaking kitchen sink at this poor guy. And considering the fact that he's so small, it's like, I feel like I'm dosing a mouse with a Mack truck. And the doctor goes to check on him just to see how he's doing. This is like hour 8, I think, of him being here. And this little guy, for as much as he feels like shit, looks up at the doctor, still laying on his side, mind you, still looking like death warmed over, wags his little tail, and excitedly pees all over. Now, when I say pees all over, I mean he was lying on his side, and he's a boy, so he peed on his own face. Literally peed in his own face. It arced perfectly and managed to get all over his own face. And that's how we knew he was feeling better. You take the victories where you can, even if it means that there's now pee everywhere. Sometimes things just come out. They just are what they are. For an example of that, sometimes we do that on purpose. We had a dog named Lucky. Do yourself a favor, by the way. Never name your dog Lucky. Just don't. That is inviting trouble. I have found that for whatever reason, I did not used to be superstitious, by the way, until I started vet med. I have found that dogs named Angel or Princess or Sugar or anything like that are the worst little assholes. And then you've got ones named literally Cujo or Satan or let's see, what's another one? Who's the one that? Oh, Lucifer. I have a Lucifer come into my clinic frequently. Sweetest little fucking dog. What? I don't know why this happens, but it does. So yeah, you got to be real careful naming your dog Lucky because it seems like dogs named Lucky are the unluckiest little fuckers. This particular dog, by the time that I met him, he was a 6-month-old boxer. Cute, all white boxer, very sweet, very friendly, loved everybody. Also happened to be a very indiscriminate eater. And when I saw him, he was in for ibuprofen ingestion. Not just the ibuprofen itself, but the bottle it came in. And had been in previously for eating a pair of socks and for eating a box of chocolates and for eating rocks. And you can kind of see where this is going. So we had to induce vomiting in order to get the ibuprofen out because that shit's really bad for their liver. By the way, side note, don't ever give your dog over-the-counter stuff without the advice or direct supervision of a veterinarian. Please don't. I know that you'll find things online that say, oh, well, this is the safe dose of children's Tylenol, or this is the safe dose of aspirin, or this is the safe dose of fucking whatever, Benadryl or Zyrtec. Yes, some of these things can be used medically appropriately, but don't do it without your veterinarian's approval. For one thing, it can interfere with our ability to treat them. So if you have an animal come in and they're on aspirin, we can't give them any other medication, even ones that would work better, because you've already given them aspirin and it'll make things infinitely worse if we try and give them anything else. So just don't do it. Ibuprofen bad. Um, Tylenol and aspirin can actually be lethal to cats. Just straight up, don't do it. Oh, it's Luma Pools again. I keep on trying to go to Luma Pools, and I'm actually not trying to go there. I'm trying to go to freaking Inkwater Marsh, which is all the way the other direction. Okay, cool. Forget that. There we go. Oop, wee. Skunks happen a lot. We find a lot of incidences with people coming in because their animals have been skunked. We unfortunately had one who came in that was very difficult to take care of because it was a duck that got skunked. Don't ask me how. I don't know. You try to bathe a duck in skunk off, it's more challenging than it sounds. Ooh, pretty. Ooh, that looks cool. Oh, angry. Gee, thanks. Hmm. What are things that I actually use? This one. Spirit Shrine. Okay. Uh-oh. Having trouble with my internets, apparently. I don't know if anybody can hear me.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess it's just my monitor that's allowing me to see the chat. Completely forgot what I was saying. Whoa, Jesus Christ! I forgot those things can make me go very high. Oh no! Ow! Right face first into a freaking bad guy. That's awesome. Thanks. Map. Um. Oh yeah, I was talking about medication. I've had people call and say that their animal has gotten into their medication, like their blood pressure medication. I have had one person call and say that their animal had gotten into their Viagra. That does happen. Um, for the record, don't ask me what it does because I actually don't know. I can say with some certainty that it's not good for them. And if you ever are in doubt, call the pet poison hotline because they will be able to help you determine whether or not your animal needs immediate medical care or is good to just wait it out. Because some things you can just wait out. For example, what's a good example? Benadryl. If your dog eats a shit ton of Benadryl, he's probably just going to sleep it off. Obviously, ibuprofen, not so much. How's it get it up there? Wee, crawling. I like that mechanic in this game. Wee. Also, the jump, the swing jump is actually a lot of fun. Seeing if I can get back into my own stream here so that I can see what people are doing, just in case they have any questions. Okay, so it's all the same. Okay, cool. I say a fuck ton. It's a problem. God damn it. How the fuck do I get over there? What the shit?
You jump and then you bounce.
I jump and then I bounce. Okay, well, Jesus Christ, I almost landed in the spikes. That would have really sucked for me. By the way, unlike the previous game, this game has an autosave, which is an nice feature. But at the same time, it can also save you in a spot that's really fucking inconvenient. So if you ever play this game, be aware of that, because there are times when you're just going to be stuck in an area and you're just going to have to figure out how to get out of it. That just is what it is. How do I? Oh yeah, the bouncy thing. Wee shit. Okay, maybe not. Eh, eh. What are some other good ones? Obviously, because we're sick fuckers in veterinary medicine, we will rupture abscesses for distance. We will also try to get the same for anal glands sometimes. I have had doctors within this past week get the walls with anal glands, and that's always fun to clean up because, like, okay, well, it's expressed. It's up to you to clean it up. It's like, thanks, doc. You're the one that made the mess. But that's the life of a tech. That's what you do. So you clean up the mess. Can't go that far that way, can I? No, I can't. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Technical support husband fixed it. Maybe can I guys go that way? Because that's up and that's fucking hard, and I can't get up there.
Question from Billy Furball. Two questions.
Two questions.
Dutch Angel Dragons, and what's your favorite animal?
Do I like Dutch Angel Dragons? Yes, I do. I think they're adorable and cuddly, and I would totally hug one if I ever came across one. They are adorable. What is my favorite animal? Oof, that is a hard question. Because I feel like any animal that I run across has damn fine qualities. And I know for a fact that I'm going to be missing somebody if I don't have it said out loud. Cheetahs are definitely on the list.
Cheetahs are just the best animal, period.
Okay, my husband says that cheetahs are the best animal, period. I have a hard time disagreeing with that, to be completely honest, because cheetahs are freaking amazing. I love them. Having seen them in the wild, I love them even more than I did before, which I didn't think was possible. But the truth is I really just love cats. Because cats, I don't know how to say this, are freaking magical to me. There's honestly something kind of sacred about them. I don't know how to explain it. They just mean something to me, and I think they always will. And I think if I ever only had to have one animal ever again in my life, that I would probably choose a cat. Oh, hi, Mr. Husband. He is my very own service werewolf, for the record, if that can be said to be a thing. And he's kind of amazing. And yes, he does bite, though. I mean, he is a werewolf, so shit. I'm not gonna die. Yay, a large spirit container. Ooh. Another mechanic about this game that's a little different than the last one is that you can only purchase new abilities at a designated spot. You can't just find a save point and equip yourself up. You actually have to go and take care of it, like at a designated place. Whee! I apparently didn't kill him the first time. Can I step on this thing? I can. Oh, there we go. So what about some other funny stories? In addition to anal glands going everywhere, I've had doctors try to do the same thing with blood during surgeries. I've actually had to clean blood off of multiple surfaces from just one surgery, where it's like, really? You're going to spray it that far? Okay. And it just sort of is what it is. it's not like they mean to, and the animal's not hurt because it's just like a spurt. It's not like it's a full on the dog's bleeding out or something like that. But like, it is sort of unnerving to be like, okay, I'm gonna clean up after surgery and I'll get the hydrogen peroxide and clean up everything. Oh, hey, we're at time. I got so sidetracked by drinking wine and playing video games that I completely lost track of time. Fucking die, you little fucking bastard. Fuck shit. God damn it. I will tell you what my least favorite creature is right now. Mosquitoes. Fuck mosquitoes. Those little rat bastards.
I have to get to sleep, so you need to wrap it up.
I know. All right. Oh, come on. How much further to this? Hey, get down here so I can fight you, you fucker. Hey. Okay, well, like, he gave up. Can't I just win based on him giving up? There you are. Yay, I finally won. Ta-da! And that's how you get slot upgrades. There we go. All right. Oh, shit. I didn't want to initiate combat again. I'm going to flee. Flee the zone. There we go. Oh, shit. And like, die. There we go. So, yeah. Those are some of the hilarious things that happen in my day-to-day. So, if any of this sounds horrific to you, don't join VetMed. It is not your cup of tea, I assure you. But otherwise, thanks for sticking with me on this particular one. If any of you want to donate to the Environmental Defense Fund, by the way, there is a link in the title of this particular stream. And if you can't, don't worry about it. But otherwise, I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, maybe in terms of time, because I'm still figuring this new thing out with my new schedule, because I got to be up very early. Anyway, you all take care. Have a good night. Remember to say hi to your veterinarian and give them food, because I'm certain that they will appreciate it. Otherwise, y'all take care, and I will see you next week. I don't know what we'll talk about, so check my Twitter for a poll so we can figure it out. Adios.
So this is the original one that started it all.
Mm-hmm.
You can notice those ears, though. Not what I was looking for. Those ears are closer. It's still not quite. That's what he's created as a template. Now that is a dark good wolf ear.
That is much more of a wolf, yes.
Triangular, rounded tip, flatter base.